My wife had been rejecting intimacy for months, and suddenly she wanted to have a baby. I already suspected she was pregnant, so I quietly planned a revenge she would never see coming. When she announced the surprise pregnancy during dinner, I smiled and said, "Congratulations, dear." Then I put the envelope on the table. Her face turned pale. "Not today, Carlos. I have a headache." "My name is Carlos. I'm 34 years old, a shift supervisor at Aliet Signal, a manufacturing company in Phoenix, Arizona." My wife, Isabella, had been repeating those words for 3 months. Straight. 3 months of pulling away, 3 months of migraines, 3 months of excuses to sleep in the guest room, 3 months of silence. I stood in the doorway of our bedroom, watching her brush her hair in front of the vanity, avoiding my gaze in the mirror. The woman I married 5 years ago used to hug me when I came home. Now she flinched when I touched her shoulder. "Isabella, we need to talk about this," I said. She left the brush too quickly. Her hand trembled over something, over what was happening here. She turned, and for a second, I saw something in her eyes, maybe fear, maybe guilt. But then she forced that practiced smile. "It's nothing, Carlos. I'm just tired from work." Isabella had been a receptionist at Glenfield Electric for 2 years. Same position, same hours, same routine. But suddenly she was exhausted every night. "You've been tired for 3 months," I said. "I scheduled an appointment with Dr. Martinez next week. Maybe you need vitamins or something." But a chill weighed on my chest. The way she said it sounded rehearsed, like she had already prepared the answer. That night I stayed awake, listening to her breathing in the dark. When did my wife start sleeping so deeply? When did she become a stranger? The next morning I found her in the bathroom at 6 a.m., bent over the toilet. She stood up quickly, wiping her mouth. "Carlos, you scared me." "Are you sick?" "I ate something bad," she said. We had eaten the same thing, and it was fine. She passed by me, dressed for work. "I need to leave early today. Important meeting with a client." A client. In 5 years of marriage, Isabella had never mentioned a single client by name. The company didn't even have one. After she left, I stayed in the kitchen, holding the mug she gave me on our 3rd anniversary. "Best husband in the world," the letters worn away. The irony did not escape me. Something was wrong. My instinct screamed, but I needed proof, and I had no idea how bad it was. I met Isabella at my cousin Miguel's wedding 6 years ago. She was a friend of the bride, laughing at some joke my aunt made. When she smiled, her whole face lit up. Our relationship was simple. Dinners, weekend trips, movies at home. She was still finishing her degree in business administration, while I was already established at Aliet Signal. We got married in a small ceremony. She wore my grandmother's pearl necklace, crying during the vows. The first 3 years were good. We bought a house on Maple Street. She planted roses in the garden. I built a cover shed for her in the backyard. We talked about having children someday. She wanted to grow in her career first. I respected that. We had time. But this year, something changed. First, small things. She stopped asking about my day, stopped leaving notes in my lunch, started working late, sometimes 3 times a week. I suggested we have dinner at Romanos. She said she wasn't in the mood when I bought tickets for the Diamondbacks game. She remembered a commitment when my sister invited us to dinner. She said she would go out with a university friend, Sophia. And intimacy slowly died after one time. She was always too tired, too stressed, too busy with a future she never explained. I asked simple things. "Carlos, you wouldn't understand," she hurtfully replied. The way she spoke, she had never spoken like that to me before. I started paying attention. Her phone always face down. Strange schedules, new clothes, too expensive for her salary. Last Wednesday, she smelled of a masculine perfume, not mine. The elevator broke. I had to share the ride with a colleague named David. David from finance. Not David from the warehouse, but Glenfield Electric had no warehouse. I had already been there. The lie sat between us like a third person at the table. She slept in the guest room. The truth hit me one Thursday afternoon in early October. I was looking for the refrigerator manual when I found a folded receipt hidden.